Welcome to On the Move, a business record effort that aims to help you hear directly from new leaders who are shaping Iowa's business community. I'm your host, Chris Conetzkey, president and group publisher of the Business Record. We've got a fantastic leader with us here today. Niki Mason is the vice president of development at McClure. She's relatively new into that role. She's got more than 2 decades of experience in real estate and development. She's led large-scale growth, transformation, and capital investment initiatives across retail and mixed-use portfolios. She's been here in this community for a long time, though, just new to her role. So welcome, Niki.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, Niki, at McClure, tell us a little bit about McClure and what the company does.
Sure. McClure is a civil engineering firm that does a wide variety of civil engineering services. A lot of the work that they do is for municipal type of work. So think of water treatment plants, bridges and roads, aviation. And so there's a huge side of the business that is a municipal, and then there's a more private side that's land development services. And so that's the section that I'm in and leading that side of the team, where we help clients bring their real estate divisions, to life.
Great. Tell us a little bit, you're vice president of development, so tell us a little bit about what that role will entail and what you think that's going to look like here as you start in your new role.
Sure. I lead a team of highly competent people, civil engineers, project managers that are working directly with clients to really bring their visions to life, help them through planning, design, entitlements, city approvals, and then ultimately construction administration as well. And so a lot of what I'll do is developing a team, working with clients, helping them solve their problems, whatever those may be. One of the things that I love about McClure is the entrepreneurial spirit. And so we'll sit down and get to know clients, get to know what their problems are. Sometimes we're offering solutions that may have nothing to do with civil engineering, maybe bringing in a capital partner, maybe helping them brainstorm talent needs that they have, but then ultimately also partnering with them to help bring their design and visions to life.
Are there some projects in the community that maybe people would be familiar with that McClure has been involved with?
Yeah, there's several that you'd be familiar with. So a couple that our real estate development team has recently done, redeveloping the Fort Dodge Mall would be one of those. Continuing on the mall theme, we've got the Waterloo Crossroads Mall as well. But several projects from multifamily, land development, all kinds of commercial real estate development as well.
Great. So tell us a little bit about your background. You've been involved in real estate for a long time. Tell us a little bit about some of the things you've been involved with.
Sure. For the last 20 plus years, I was at Come and Go convenience stores and Krause Group leading their real estate development program. So we had about, towards the end, 850 stores in 21 states. But I led that program for a long time, redeveloped a lot of real estate, bought and sold a lot of stores, did a lot of M&A during that time. We also got into other real estate development besides just convenience stores. So we expanded into hotel, multifamily, other real estate developments throughout that time as well.
Great. What ultimately led you to McClure?
Well, I was at Come and Go. We sold to Maverick, and then I joined the Maverick team and did that for a few years and chose not to relocate to Salt Lake City. I'm really invested in my community, and it was important for me to stay here. And so I started going down the path and looking for what is the next step for me. And I had to do a lot of soul searching after essentially being with the same company for a couple decades.
Is that the only company you're at in your career?
It was,
yeah.
Unless you count like high school and college. And I grew a lot. We did a lot of different things. I had a lot of great opportunities during that time, but it really gave me the opportunity to take a step back and think about what's important to me and what I want to do with this next chapter. And obviously I stay with companies for a while based on my history. So it was really important for me to take that time and figure that out. And I kind of had everything on the table. Do I want to do real estate development? Do I want to lead people? Do I want to be on an executive team again? What is it that I want to do? And ultimately led me to McClure and being able to shift from the owner's side and doing real estate for one owner to the client side and being able to help multiple owners realize their visions through McClure's work was really valuable to me. as well as just the way that McClure approaches everything. Very focused on what the client wants, having clients for life. It's not just a transaction. It's really, how do we build a relationship with this client and help them achieve their goals.
What are some goals that maybe you have in the role that you'd like to help McClure and the company accomplish?
Yeah, definitely growth is at the very top of that. And so growing the business, growing the team. And so I would say, not only from the client side, but also our team member side, and I love developing talent. And I love, being able to take someone who may be a young engineer, newly out of school, and kind of showing them a roadmap for how they can grow throughout the organization, giving them challenges that someone else may not, and also coaching them through that. So that's a big passion of mine, and that's another one of the reasons that I came to McClure, just to be able to grow that team.
What's kind of the sweet spot for businesses that you all might work with, and maybe what the pitch looks like when you're trying to talk about your services and what you can bring to the table? Yeah,
well, we really do it all. I mean, full service civil engineering, and so we'll do everything from multifamily, single family, commercial, medical, industrial. And so when you look at the various sectors, we're really across the board. One of the pitches that I bring is to the client specifically, I've sat in their shoes. So I've been in their shoes for the last 20 years, and I can help connect their goals to maybe a technical person on the team that is so good at the engineering, but maybe hasn't sat in their seat to be able to understand what it is that they're trying to get through from either a capital perspective. I mean, projects go on hold. They come off hold. They have city challenges. No project is perfect, right? And sometimes the internal challenges within a company can be as difficult as some of the external challenges that you're trying to work through to help solve and bring everything together. And so having that full perspective, I can really help connect what the client wants and what they're working through to the technical team that can help fulfill that.
What are some of the maybe trends or challenges, issues that maybe you're finding yourself helping clients with right now?
Just last week, I was talking to a client, and they were talking about a project and certainly want to use us for their civil engineering. And so we were talking through that. But I said, tell me about your operations structure. And tell me how, because I've, again, sat in their shoes and I understand some of the different challenges. And they said, actually, I really need to hire. I need to hire a director of operations. I said, I actually have a few names for you. And so right after that, made the connection, got several people in touch with them to try to help them, even if it doesn't turn into anything. It could be different point of view, consulting. And so those are some of the things that we try to help our clients and be a partner for them, even if it's a thought partner, besides, outside of, just the civil engineering component of it, which we're really good at that too.
When you think about real estate and development, what's maybe a trend or two that are affecting the work that you all do?
Certainly, right now, data centers are hot. They're everywhere. And with a data center, it is a very fast time frame. And so what we're seeing in the industry is some firms that are going after the data center work. Sometimes they can't fulfill some of their, historical clients because they've shifted a lot of team members to be able to fill the data center work. And so that's something that we are seeing, mostly through our competitors. We're seeing that. I think it's difficult to hire within this industry. And so I think we've got a lot of great talent, but it can be difficult to hire. And certainly McClure's value proposition, culture, and everything makes it a little bit easier, but it's not always an easy environment to recruit talent.
Outside of work, you were 40 under 40 at one point for Business Record. What are some things that maybe you're involved in outside of work that you're passionate about in the community?
Very passionate about the community. And honestly, I'm not as involved as I used to be. And that may just be the stage of life that I'm in right now. It also has to do with when at my previous employer, I was traveling nonstop. So for me, when I'm involved, I want to give it my all. And I haven't been able to do that the last few years, just based on sometimes work life takes a little priority over community life. And so it's really one of the things that I'm very excited about developing real estate more in my community, getting re-engaged with my community. And I haven't been able to do that for the last few years. So I've started already talking about a few different organizations that I could get involved with or get re-engaged with. But I got to be honest with you, this is an area of my life that I'm lacking right now.
Well, I imagine you're going to get a number of requests just by simply knowing that you're back on the market to be able to help in the community. Are there some areas that might align, passion areas of yours?
Certainly. I used to be on the Habitat for Humanity Greater Des Moines Habitat Board. Housing is a passion of mine. I mean, it fits in nicely with real estate development, and it's just a passion of mine. And so there's certainly one that I may look to re-engage with, and so that's one that I've been pretty involved with. I've been pretty involved with different real estate community groups. CREW is one that I'm involved with, Commercial Real Estate Women of Iowa, and really mentoring and giving back to younger generations, just like people did that for me. So I feel like it's important.
For those that don't know what CREW is.
It's Commercial Real Estate Women, and so an organization open to all genders, but that support women in real estate.
Great. Well, I would imagine you're going to get a number of folks finding a way to use your resources in the community. Is there, when you think about leadership and kind of your philosophy towards that, what does that look like?
For me, leadership, I'm a servant leader. And I would say that for a long time, I sat around an executive team and thought, because I was a young leader, that I needed to be like them, and which was a little more confident, very directive. And over time, I figured out I really needed to lean into my authentic self. And so the way that I lead is usually from the back. It's coaching, it's developing trust, and so that people can really hear feedback and we can grow together, giving people opportunities. But definitely servant leadership would probably sum it up in the best way.
Good. All right, we're going to go kind of rapid fire so we can learn a little bit more about you. What's one thing we'd find you doing in your free time?
Projects around the house. It's really boring, but I'm a project junkie.
Yeah, any project underway currently that you're really excited about?
I need to do some major landscaping. So I started last night, like clearing out some different areas, and then it started raining. I think the universe was telling me that I needed to go sit down and watch the Masters instead of doing projects.
Well, you do land development all the time, so maybe a break to watch the Masters is okay.
Yeah.
What's your biggest business pet peeve?
Biggest business pet peeve. Being late to meetings, and I
was 30 seconds late here today, so now I'm feeling a little guilty about it.
No, it's just, a lot of times, and it happens to me too, where you don't want to be rude and cut off the conversation, but it's also just trying to plan enough to be mindful of your next audience.
When you play music, a song or an artist, maybe we'd hear you listening to?
I listen to a lot of country. Kenny Chesney is one, and I did just go to 2 concerts back to back this week. So Lady Gaga and then Thomas Rhett and Morgan Wallen.
Okay. Favorite movie or TV show?
I'll go way back. Goonies growing up. I was really into Goonies.
Okay. Good choice. A podcast or a book maybe that you're reading?
I'll go back to a book that has really impacted me, Option B by Sheryl Sandberg.
Okay. What's that one about? I can't remember.
So that one is about.
That's her second book?
That was her second one. So her husband passed away suddenly. And so it's all about you wanted option A in life, but how do you make the most out of option B? And a lot of people hang on just trying to, just wanting option A back, and it's not a possibility. So how do you just, kick the butt out of option B?
Okay. Option A for a bite of food in Des Moines.
I would usually go, I love Fresco when I can get downtown.
Good choice also. All right. Well, Niki, anything else that you want to share with the audience about you or your role as you look forward to continuing to work at McClure?
I'm just really excited to be back developing real estate and interacting with my community. So I'd welcome any interaction from anyone. Let's grab a cup of coffee.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us for On the Move. I'm so grateful to have so many fantastic leaders in this community, and glad to have gotten a chance to know you today a little bit, Niki, as well, and I'm sure our audience did as well. We know one of the secrets to this community's success is the way we connect on a personal level with each other. So do me a favor, as Niki is on the move, please find a way to help lend her an extra hand as she works to help businesses shape their future development plans. Thanks again, Niki, and thanks again for watching. Again, I'm Chris Conetzkey, president of the Business Record, and I'll see you next time for On the Move.